to the 10-day growth hacking challenge with your host, Nader Sabri. The 10-day growth hacking challenge is we take a business and we 10x its growth in 10 days using 3 growth hacks. Today, we've got Hamdi Abu Aisha, and he runs a business called Mr. Ice. If you haven't seen about his business or what we did in Hack 1, please go see the other videos. And his information will be below for those who'd like to contact him or learn a little bit more about what he does. But the first hack, to recap, what we've done is we created a gamification growth hack to get people more engaged to enhance the customer or client engagement. The overall arching growth problem that we're solving is client engagement and creating consistency, so it results in more consistent income for the business. By doing that, he's implemented a ranking system which is designed to create different segments. You can see that in the last video, and allows for people to compete with each other and gamify them and then eventually incentivize them. What's interesting is Hamdi has had an instant result, which is awesome. It goes to show how well the growth hack was developed and thought out. And he has an additional micro hack, which is a normal thing. Once you have remember, we'll go one step back here. We're always looking for signals. Once we have a signal and we know that there's some pulse, even if it's not a massive pulse, we go down that journey to as far as we can go until that signal gets bigger and bigger and bigger and eventually continues to get results. In his case, the signal got an immediate result, which is exactly what we're looking for. And he has a very interesting micro hack that works with it. So I'd like for him to cover what has happened. And then finally, we're on growth hack number 2 today. We're going to talk a little bit more about that. Before we go to hack 2, Hamdi, I'd like to send it over to you. Tell us a little bit more about the results that you found and the micro hack that you're doing next.
Thank you, Nader. Thank you. Yeah. Well, yes, as you said, we start with hack number 1, which is the gamifying. And as we planned, it will be like a sheet or data we collect and rank it in a way to incentive the people who's doing it, and also to create some challenge on it. But while we are doing it, there was a micro hack, which is I need people to it will be visible to the people. So
physically.
It will attract them. So it's like we can bring a chalkboard or magnetic board or something, so we can put all the data on it. Then they can already start with it when they see it on by their eyes. Okay, they will start asking about it. They will start be curious about what's going on and how we can be on this rank. So it's something interesting. I already. It's taking a little bit time extra of explaining the people what's the ranking and how we are doing it. But when it's visible to them, it's much easier and it's attracting them more.
Exactly. Yeah, because they don't have to see the data, like the details behind the data that we segment develop. That's actually not important to the customer. What's important is what's my rank. I'm ranked number 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, whatever it might be. And I think the great thing about your micro hack is because it's physical, it's manifested, right? And since it's in your face, in front of you, and it's really simple, it engages people from the minute they walk in to the minute they leave, and you can do the ranking per day. What's interesting is people can take social media pictures to popularize the rank on the spot, although you'll be doing it digitally as well, right? The ongoing rank. So just for those tuning in, the ranks, the way they work is by creating more categories and segments, you have more reasons to communicate with that specific rank. So it could be by male versus female. What was the other segments? I can't remember them all, but yeah, I can't remember them all. But we had quite a few that we came up with.
Male and female and age. There is some segments we work on it, and we still, the good thing is this ranking sheet is able to be changed. You can adapt it with the people that they are coming, and maybe if you found another category, you can add it, which is always. This is the good thing of this hack, that it's adaptable. You can adjust it and make it change as long as you are going.
And there was another thing that we also discovered afterwards, that I think is important. We discovered also having behavioral data. And one of the behavioral data was the goal. I think one was immunity, another one was relaxation, the other one was, what was the third one? Recovery. So this is like the 3 main reasons why you would do ice and breathe therapy. And having that kind of data would not also allow you to rank, but also to segment and communicate to customers in different ways. So how you would communicate to somebody about immunity versus relaxation, right, wouldn't be the same thing. It would be two different things, and you would be able to segment it. So the segmentation and data is working really well. The manifestation of it is awesome. Just bringing it straight to the session on a chalkboard, keeping it really simple. Again, guys, paper prototype, right? Make things so simple. You just need to start and take action, just like what Hamdi has done, and things move. Brilliant. I can't wait to hear more, and I can't wait to see it also in the digital form as well. So start mentioning people so it becomes viral, and we talk about the viral loops. I think that's going to be amazing. So moving forward, hack number 2. What is it? What has happened? Where are you going? This is an interesting one.
This one, yeah, is interesting. As we said in the beginning, the first one that we are doing breathing exercise also with the ice bath. So now we are in hack 2. We are creating a breathing journal, which was very, very interesting to something that when we start to do this breathing journal, I said, let's check other breathing journals, what maybe we can get some ideas, which was amazing that I didn't find anything about this one on the internet. So the one we are creating will be very, very important to the people, that there is something unique about it. It's not available and with the others.
Exactly.
So the breathing journal now.
Hamdi surprised me, for those who are listening in. When he said nothing like it exists, I said impossible. There must be something. I did a brief check, but he did an intensive piece of research, and this happens. Remember, growth comes from the unseen, unknown areas, and nobody has gone out to develop a proper breathing journal. So not also has he got a major hack, he's got a niche to actually grow something else. Keep going.
Yeah. So now when we create this breathing journal, okay, it will be given to the existing people who's participating in the breath work. Also, we can publish it to the whole world, as there is nothing like this being created before. So it will be something very new and very unique. You know, it's not only going to be exclusive for the people who's doing sessions with me. We can create it for everyone, and maybe some people later they can develop it or something. But at the end, there is something new coming to this particular breath work.
Exactly. And just as a reminder, remember, the growth problem that we're solving here is creating more consistency with customers. And one of the things that we look at, and this is a common problem for a lot of people, is creating value, right? People talk about price, people talk about what they deliver, but what about value? The reason people pay whatever they pay for whatever it is that they use is because of value. And the way that this hack actually started is when we started to identify his package, how he delivers it, we identified what were some of the other ways to add value within the package, not outside it, but within the package. And one of them was the breathing journal, because if I give you a breathing journal when you show up to the therapy, not also can you track it, but it encourages you to keep going. And every time you come back, you bring back the breathing journal. And so what's interesting is this is a niche that can flourish out on its own, because if it doesn't exist in other places, now he has a scalable product that is actually part of his package. So there we go. That's amazing, man. So what's next?
Yeah. As you said, when we are able to track it, and the people who's coming are able to know and to identify where they was, and where are they now, and how it's developing every time. Okay, they will appreciate the value of what they are taking. You know,
yes.
When they are coming to the session and there is nothing, they are taking the session and go. They are not able to track themselves how it's going with them. You know, but when they are writing something, even if it's a small note, okay, at the end they are able to track how much they are developing themselves, and to see that, yeah, it's working. It's giving me what I need and what I came for.
Yep. If you can't measure it, you can't manage it. And I think it's an old school 101 management kind of theory. And it's beyond a theory, it's actual practicality. It works, right? If I'm able to measure it, then I can manage it. And that's what this is about. I mean, if I can do 1 minute of breathing, I think that's probably a lot. If I can do 1 minute, like holding my breath, oh yeah, but that's different. Holding breath is different. But, you know, I can actually improve and see myself improving as I move along, which is amazing because it encourages me to continue, but I can track it. And then you've got someone to go to, which is you, to understand how to improve it, how to work with it, and you can work with your clients in a more interactive way. So I think this is amazing. I think there's a lot of people who are listening to this who are also in a coaching kind of business. If you have like a specific niche type of coaching where there are some measures you can put in place? And I've talked about this with one contender in another challenge as well, putting in sort of consistent measures that people can kind of see on an ongoing basis, even if the topic is subjective. Now, breathing and ice therapy is objective because it's time bound, right? Some other topics may be more subjective. The objective would be to make it more objective, measure it so you can manage it and work with your clients in a more effective way. So my hat goes off to you. Are you going to go forward and develop that journal for your clients and making it as a spin-off product? Is that, since you see that opportunity, is that okay? Brilliant. Brilliant. I'm happy to hear that. What are your next steps?
Yeah. Now it will be not exclusive for my people, the one who's coming to my sessions. I'm planning to do it for the whole world. Anyone can take it, and maybe we'll add a value for it. It's something not too much. At the end, it's anyone can develop it, but let them take it and practice it, and they see the results. Then they will appreciate what they are doing. One thing more, I would like to add that in this breathing journal, there is a space for the notes, which also can let people to know about themselves more. Which is like, when you do the session, you put a note like it was why I'm not developing. Maybe I have stress, I eat too much, that's why I'm not able to. I didn't practice long time. So this will let you be on the track to know why you are
the triggers
like this. Yeah. And also if you are developing, why you are developing, because I'm doing it daily. I'm not doing it like once a week. So this note is very valuable for the people themselves.
Yep. I think that the hack in there as well is you need to create it in a structured way. So don't make it just open notes. Like, you can have an area saying triggers that have stopped me, triggers that have motivated me, triggers that I don't know what they mean, like literally. And what that does is it gets people organized in their mind, right? Like, oh God, like I eat too much, that stopped me. Or my friend called me and said, let's go do ice therapy or more breathing. Boom, that was a trigger that encouraged me. And so what happens is you can have a page in between a whole bunch of these journal pages that says, okay, what are your top 5 triggers that helped you, that stopped you, and ones that you don't know what they are. And that becomes a way for you to work with the client to analyze it, or you give them tools or further questions to think about. What are the different triggers? So I always like open notes, but open notes without a structure, it doesn't add much value, by the way. I always encourage people to think with structure, but don't go over structured. You don't want like 50 pages per session. That doesn't make sense. But if you had like 2 to 4 pages maximum per session with some structure, but nicely laid out, I think it will do very well. So I think you need to set kind of rules like that for yourself, and then think of the structure that is important. And then in the future, one of the other hacks that you can do is you can do online training to train the trainer. So people can buy the breathing book and they can develop their own breathing training businesses around your breathing journal. And then you can certify them, train them, and then obviously charge them a fee for that. And that could be a spin-off on top of a spin-off. We won't go that far yet, but these are just some things to think down the line that potentially can, major growth areas.
As you mentioned, the scaling or the results that we are taking, it's not only for the people, also for me to understand the cases that I'm having and how to deal with it. Because you said it, if it's not measured, you cannot manage it. So 100%. You have to have this data, even if for the hack number 1, which is the gamifying, and number 2, which is the breathing journal. So both of them is taking data, analyze it to know how to treat with the people and how deal with them, and what's the cases, what's the worst case, the best case, how to deal with it. All this data is valuable for them and for me as well.
Absolutely. I'm excited, man. This is amazing. I love the fact that you've taken action. I can see transformation in the fact that you see opportunity much quicker, much deeper, and you see also how much further what you're doing can go. I think this is very, very positive, and I have great hopes. I'm confident, 100% sure about this, actually, that you're going to grow much more than you can imagine with these 2 approaches. I think you just go, you will, you just keep implementing it, go a bit deeper. We did some of the technical stuff in the background for the data, obviously in the last video, and we went a bit deeper. Just make sure those structures are really well done, that you want them to last for you. So the thing about data is that you want a good framework that lasts for as long as you can. Yes, you can do upgrades. Yes, you can do add-ons, but the better you do the job at the beginning, the longer it lasts and the less headache you have going back and reintegrating data. But that's not a problem. I'm sure you've got that figured out and you're ready to rock and roll. I'm excited about this journal. I think that's going to be really cool. Again, I think it's awesome that you found a niche by accident, right? A niche by accident. Let me repeat, a niche by accident.
Yeah, it's amazing. When you start searching, you will be surprised that really there is nothing like this before.
Yeah.
It was amazing and you were also surprised that amazing how this thing is not been there before since long time.
Exactly. So I'm glad to see that. So now, okay, so we've done hack 1, hack 2. What's next? What's hack 3? What are your plans for hack 3? What are you going to do just to give us a heads up? And then we see you in the next video.
The hack 3 is major a little bit for me, which is the client relationships.
Okay.
So hack 1 and hack 2 will help us to reach to the hack 3, which is the relationship between you and the client. And then we said it's not a challenge or something that you do it one time and finish. It's a journey. Even if you are doing recovery, if you are building your immunity system, it's more than one time. So you want to build the trust and the relationship between you and the client. So he trusts what you are doing and he's here at the results. So 2 things we did, which is the gamifying and the breathing journal. This helping to the client to understand where he is and where he's going and how it's developing. And also we need more to build this trust.
Yep. So hack 3 is basically, creating more content as well, right? Like creating community and content, which is a large play, by the way. That's a big hack. And I agree with you. And by the way, so as we do this challenge, nothing is stuck in stone. And this has happened in other challenges, by the way, where hack 3 is a bigger jump than hack 1 and 2. And sometimes we need to step back and ask ourselves, okay, should we downsize hack 3? Should we change hack 3? Usually a hack 3, when hack 1 and 2 are consistent and they kind of connect, usually it makes sense that hack 3 would connect to hack 1 and 2 because it creates that consistency and discipline in your growth development. Do you want to revise hack 3 for any reason? Do you see that there's a reason to potentially change it or make adjustments at this stage?
No. As I told you, hack 1 and hack 2 is a part of hack 3. It's perfect. Completing hack 3. That's why it will be completely perfect. We will add more in hack 3 to be added to 1 and 2. 1 and 2 is both separate, but it's completed the 3.
Exactly.
We can depend on 1 alone and we can depend on 2 alone, but on 3 we need both 1 and 2
to combine it.
More.
Yeah,
exactly.
I like how you put it. Yeah, they're mutually exclusive but collectively exhaustive. But with hack 3 there is a dependency. So hack 1 and 2 are independent, but hack 3 has dependency on 1 and 2, and that's exactly. Normal. Yeah, that's natural. That happens. Okay, that's awesome. So we'll see you in the next video. Good luck. This is amazing results that we've had so far. Those of you tuning in, Hamdi runs a business called Mr. Ice. You can get more details below and watch the previous videos for hack number 1 and get to know a bit more about what he does. Reach out to him, get to know him a little bit better. We'll see you in the next hack.